Hi everybody, my name is Gina and I'm a graduate student at Memorial University in Newfoundland, Canada. Welcome to my kitchen. Let's talk about cooking and some of the basics. Today I'm going to be introducing you to the top 5 things that I think should be in everybody's pantry. Let's get started. Oils. So according to Health Canada, 20 to 35% of an adult's daily calorie intake should come from fat. And we do need what are called good fats in our diet. They help us absorb certain vitamins, are essential for growth and development, and give us energy. So having an oil in your cupboard to use as a fat is a good choice, especially because oils, as you can see, they're transparent, they're liquid. That shows that they are unsaturated fats. So with saturated fats, the molecules can better align with each other and form a compound. So coconut oil, even though we have it here, is not transparent. You can tell that there's some fats in there, and we'll talk a bit more about why we're considering that a healthy choice later. I keep a variety of oils in my cupboard all the time, but you really only need to have one, and it really depends on what you're going to be using it for, which one you should have. So the basic one that I would recommend is your general olive oil. So that's if you're doing basically any sort of cooking, you can use the olive oil. It works well for frying or for coating things you're going to bake, anything like that. Now, if you don't think you'll be cooking so much per se, or you just have a microwave in your res room, you might want to actually go with something that's more of like a flavored oil, such as this one from a local place that flavors their own oils. It has cilantro and a few other herbs in it that have been infused through, or a sesame oil. These are good for tossing over vegetables, whether you've warmed them up in the microwave or are eating them raw. All of those are good standard choices. If you have a lot of smoothies per se, you might want to have a flax oil that you can add in. That will give you also omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fats can help offset risk of heart disease, stroke, cancer, reduce skin inflammation and joint pain, and aid in memory retention and brain function. So lots of awesome things to get from there. Flax oil is not great to use in cooking, like if you put it in your pan before you add your vegetables and that sort of thing. It doesn't take heat very well. If you're going to be doing a lot of cooking and frying and that sort of thing, you can use olive oil, though again it doesn't take heat all that well. You may want to try using coconut oil. So although coconut oil does have saturated fats, it is thought to benefit the immune system and digestion and is an antioxidant. Coconut oil is also an interesting choice, or one that you might want to make if you don't think that you will use a whole bottle of oil within the time period that you're living in a spot or within a year or something like that. Coconut oil can be used for way more than just cooking. You can actually take it and just rub it right on your skin like a moisturizer. So there's lots of uses that can come from it, and it might be a good choice as well. So picking your oil is really up to you, and there are so many options out there. So just think about what you'll be using it for and get the one that best suits your needs. Oats. Oats are a whole grain choice, giving your body fiber, and they're packed full of protein. They come in many different sizes, and this one I'm actually using minute oats, but if you look on the side, you can actually have large, you can have quick, wild. There's a variety of different oats, even just by this one brand. So pick which one you would like. These ones cook quick. I can use them for breakfast within a minute. I can use them to coat chicken or fish before baking or frying. I can mix into ground beef or turkey when making meatloaf. I also use them in baking, in my muffins, cookies, and breads in place of flour. I crumble on top of fruit for dessert, sometimes using coconut oil to add to that base, and I can make heart-healthy pancakes with them. So there's a variety of things you can do with oats, and they are very healthy for you, so they're a great choice as a grain. Natural sugars. So although we want to lower the amount of sugar we take into our diet, we all have a sweet tooth now and then, and the better choice for both our health and for the environment is to choose natural sweeteners over refined sugars. Refined sugars are processed, which removes nutrients, and more energy goes into their production. Some alternatives would be honey, molasses, maple syrup. You can also use stevia, agave nectar. There's a few other options out there. These are the ones that are in my cupboard currently. Consuming natural sweeteners over artificial sweeteners, the health benefits of having natural antioxidants or natural vitamins and minerals such as iron and molasses. Bouillon cubes. Bouillon cubes can be used to make soup, and soup is a great way to get more liquid in your body as well as hearty vegetables. If you dissolve a cube of any sort of broth, you can get vegetable, beef, chicken, in some water, throw in some of your favorite vegetables, whether frozen or fresh, chopped up, and voila, we have a hearty soup. You can use it for cooking rice. You can use it with pasta, put a little bit in with your water and some vegetables to give it a flavor all over instead of sauce. You can always use part of a block. It comes in little cubes if you would like to have less flavor or more flavor. One quick tip is to always check the label and compare across different flavors and brands for especially sodium content. In this one, per 1 cube, there was about 139 milligrams or 6% of your daily value of sodium. If I had chosen the chicken flavor bouillon cubes, it would be 3 times that amount, even of the same kind. Spices. I recommend having at least 3 spices in your cupboard at all times. I keep a wide variety, as you can tell, but depending on what your flavor preferences are, you can keep much less and save on costs. So if you're constantly grabbing the hot salsa and ordering the spiciest things on the menu, you might want to consider things like crushed red pepper, chili powder, and cayenne pepper. All of these add hotness to a dish. If you tend to gravitate more towards curries and warm flavors, you might want to purchase cinnamon, maybe some cumin, or even curry powder to make some nice Indian curries. If you gravitate more towards Italian foods, maybe you just want to invest in some basil. Or even better, perhaps you want to get some fresh herbs to grow in your apartment. Fresh herbs add some greenery to your place and also add intense flavor. Although you may consider salt and pepper kitchen staples, most of what we consume that's been processed has added salt, so you may want to forego it as one of your 3 spices in your kitchen. Perhaps you want to maximize the spices per dollar and buy a seasoning mix. However, if you choose to do that, be careful of what's in the ingredients. This Italian seasoning has thyme, rosemary, savory, sage, oregano, etc. While this Montreal chicken spice, the primary ingredient is salt. Salt overpowers the other spices and really doesn't give you the true flavor that you're looking for with the seasoning mix. So I hope that gave you some inspiration for your next grocery list. Now let's get cooking!